Because I've been in the business 25.5 years, and these core products will last years and years and years. They're your vent and serves, they're your fridge smarts, they're your modular mates, and they're your freezer mates. And I'm going to tell you, you need to have those sets to show and learn how to do them and build from them. So, you know, because when somebody comes and buys one modular mate, which they don't at my parties, they need a system. So what I want to do is kind of teach you what I learned 25 years ago and continue to do with modular mates. I do have to tell you, this is the set that I carry to every party, okay? I don't wait until January if they go on sale. This is what I sell. I carry to all my parties. I also fill them. Now, this food's probably 17 or 18 years old, but you know, they used to taste test. I tell them don't taste test anymore, but it's a good visual. And I don't fill all of them because then it's harder to carry. But I do fill them. So I would tell you that I would definitely fill them. Okay. The other thing, I wish I could. I cannot do this demonstration without incorporating my auction because I do an auction at all of my parties. So I hand out play money, and at the end, we do a little auction, and so when you hear me say, give yourself 1,000, give yourself 2,000, it's about the end of the party. I just can't do it without saying it. It's just become part of my demonstration. So when you hear it, it might sound a little weird to you, but that's what I do, okay? So I'm going to kind of get into party mode and start with the modular mates. Hold on, I have to get one thing out. Yeah, money. All right, you know what? I would pass this around, but I'd have to kill somebody if they took it. So I'm going to, you know, I do pass this around at my parties, okay? So when you start doing custom kitchens, even if the first custom kitchen I did, besides the first person, was my own. And I took a picture of it. A picture says 1,000 words, you know. So definitely, you know, fill a little photo album, pass it around at your parties, because this will make a big difference, okay? All right, I'm going to kind of get into party mode. Let me ask everybody, how many of you guys own modular mates? All right, you get 1,000 points. Give yourself $1,000. And you know what might be fun? If you have a little piece of paper, let's see who at the table has the most auction money at the end, okay, each of your tables. So what I tell them is you're going to give yourself a check mark, and that's worth $1,000. So every time I say something, give yourself, you know, the $1,000, okay? So, you own modular mates. How many of you have more than 5 modular mates in your kitchen? Okay. What modular mates do is they actually transform your cabinet. Take those bags, those boxes, those chip clips, that type of thing, take them out of your cabinet or your pantry, and I transform it into this picture, okay? So what I want to do right now is I'm going to pass this little photo album around, which I'm not. And it'll give you an idea of what the before and after shots look like in some of the kitchens that I have done, okay? The reason I started doing custom kitchens in the very first place was I had a hostess that had a really bad problem with bugs. Mites, weevils, whatever you want to call them, okay? That's why I started doing custom kitchens in the first place. Now let me ask everybody, how many of you have ever had any type of rodent, bug, insect that has ever gotten into your house, whether it's the house you live in now, a dorm room you lived in, an apartment? You get 1,000 points, you get money for bugs, okay? So,
more bugs.
Yeah, more bugs. How many of you have ever heard you shouldn't keep cardboard boxes in your house? Okay. Think about your kitchen. If it's not in a jar or a can, it's in a bag or a box, and it's glued together, okay? That attracts bugs major, okay? Especially roaches. So in the grocery store, people think that bugs can't crawl into a sealed box. I'm here to tell you, they can get into sealed boxes, okay? So what happens is they crawl in, they nibble in the glue of the box, and they leave, and that's actually okay. If that's all they do, we're good to go. The problem is they come in, they nibble in the glue, they lay eggs, and they leave. You bring that product home from the grocery store, and you put it up in your cabinet, you have no clue there's anything wrong with this until the little bugs start to hatch and you go into everything, okay? This is so let me tell you, with Patty, an exterminator came in, and he's the one that actually sent her to me. He said, they have these modular mates, and he said, if you can get rid of the food source, you'll get rid of the bugs. And this is a virtual airtight system, so bugs can't get in these products, but once they're in them, they can't get out either, okay? Now, I'm going to give somebody in the room $2,000 for my auction if you can tell me the #1 product that has the worst problem with bugs.
Sugar.
What? Sugar? 1,000? Somebody said flour. 1,000?
Pasta.
Pasta! Who said pasta?
Me, of course.
$2,000. Pasta is the #1 product in the grocery store that has the worst problem with bugs. Now, in my Super Oval 3, I have egg noodles, which is a pasta product. If I were to go to the grocery store, bring this home, put it in here, and put it in my cabinet, 3 things can happen when I go to open it. #1, it is absolutely going to be fine. I don't want to freak everybody out thinking that there's bugs and everything, because there's not, okay? #2, there could be dead bugs, because what happens, it's an airtight system, so the bugs, if they hatch, will come up, they'll surface to the pocket of air, and they will die. They will be dead on the top of the product, okay? That's the second one. #3, you can open it, it could be live activity. So if it's either of the last 2, what I tell people, take it out of your kitchen, do not throw it in your kitchen trash can, take it outside, throw it out. The great thing about that is I've thrown, what, $1 or $2 worth of product out. I haven't thrown out the rest of my kitchen cabinet because of the bugs, okay? So I started with the bugs, then I moved on to help people organize and save some space in their kitchen. How many of you could use some extra cabinet space in your kitchen right now? You get 1,000 points. Okay. What's great about the modular mates is that they consolidate and they can save space in your kitchen by organizing it, really. Now, Tupperware has 4 different sizes, actually 5, but 4 different sizes in our catalog. We have oval, we have a super oval, we have squares, we have rectangles, we do have our spaghetti dispenser, which is round, but I don't really include that, okay? In my set, I carry super ovals and rectangles because they fit the depth of a standard kitchen cabinet, okay? So if I were to take this into Denise's kitchen and put this in, it's going to go to the back of the wall, and I'm going to close it right on the front. So I've used every inch of space from front to back, okay? Now, none of us here probably have an issue with shoving food in our cabinets, right? We just buy it, we shove it, okay? The problem comes is all the different heights. All the boxes are different. You know, you've got the pretzels rolled down with the chip clip, and you got the box of spaghetti shoved in here, and you got the egg noodles, and you've got the Triscuits, and they're all different sizes and shapes. The other thing is you can't stack bag on top of bag on top of bag on top of bag. With the modular mates, you can. So what's great about this is that I can then take this, and let's say I'm going up to a shelf so high, take 2 super ovals which fit on top of my rectangles, and now what I've done is I've consolidated and I've saved every inch of space in this cabinet. I've gone front to back and top to bottom, okay? So I've really consolidated and saved as much space as I can in my cabinet. And I'm going to tell you, most of the time when I do a custom kitchen, if I do have 4 shelves of food, and I take all that food out, and I put them in modular mates, and I put them back in, I pretty much can guarantee my hostesses they're going to have at least a shelf and a half, if not 2 shelves totally empty. That's where you're getting that extra cabinet space that I talked about, okay? So started with the bugs, moved on to helping people organize and save space, and you're going to save money with these. The money you're going to save is unbelievable. How many of you have ever thrown any kind of product out? Crackers, chips, pretzels, anything like that? Okay, give yourself 1,000 points. I'm going to tell you, I've had things in my cabinets for a year or 2. And I'm not talking my staples, my flour, my sugar. I'm talking about like crackers. I'm talking about some pretzels, cookies, you know, that I've had. And I'm not throwing out. Now here's another thing that you do, which I love. With modular mates, when I open my cabinet, I'm staring at everything that's in there. So when I go grocery shopping, this week I might need flour and rice. Next week I might need croutons and granola bars. But everything's staring me in the face, okay? Because I'm opening it and I'm looking at what I need, okay? Now, how many of you have ever gone grocery shopping, brought something home, thinking you needed it, only to find out you had like 3 boxes of it behind something? Yeah, I've done that so many times. I mean, I've seen it so many times, I don't do it anymore. One of my memorable ones was there was like 5 boxes and bags of brown sugar. This girl in New Jersey, and I'm like, what in the world do you have 5? She goes, I kept thinking we were going to bake, and half of them were so hard you could, break a window with them. But you'll save money because you're not buying things you don't need, okay? You're saving money because you're actually putting it in a container that's going to save, store it better and keep it fresher, okay? So started with the bug problem, moved on to kind of organizing, saving space. The money that you save is really, really incredible. Now, when I was talking about, I kind of have to go back, when I had everything stacked up, people look and they go, well, you know what, I don't know if it would fit in my cabinet. I live in an old farmhouse, I don't have adjustable shelves, whatever. Tupperware thought about all of that.